My grandfather is very sick right now. Now in my life he's shown me many things. He has been a rock to I and my family, very strong and enduring. And through our faith, he is being healed right now by God. And he'll pull through. You see, the Lord and his miracles have not stopped. He is still healing his people and his children. It is the faith of this generation that has ceased, that has almost passed away. It is written in Scripture, "And will not God avenge his elect, who cry out unto him day and night? Verily, I say, he shall avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will there be faith on the earth?" I have faith, without a shadow of a doubt, that my grandfather is being healed, and will be healed, and will recover, and I will be able to sit down and talk with him. I know the miracles that God can do. I've seen them, and I have felt them. Jesus took men whose arms were withered, and they were restored. He gave the blind sight. These are miracles that defy the laws of science. But God is no fool. It's written in 2 Thessalonians that he shall give them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And the lie is this generation. The entire nature of it. There is a science that has not yet been discovered. You could describe it as energy, or atoms and the molecules therein, string theory, something which the Large Hadron Collider has not even touched upon. I myself have seen supernal events, things that were entirely beyond definition, but at the same time could be described by science, defined by science. But God is the possessor of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You see, and we have come to the point, just as the Tower of Babel. We have one language, all of one accord, and we presume to be at some heightened level of understanding. But the problem is our disconnection from God. Our understanding presumes that we have surpassed his intelligence, and there is no need for him. Therefore, it is no wonder that we do not observe his miracles. But some do, some have. Everybody perceives what they see through their own eyes, their own realities. But our realities aren't divided. There is one creation that remains and that is sustained by God, that is visible and apparent to everyone. And it is not just one person and one eyes that are seeing this world. It's not virtual reality, and it's not a video game. These are all false doctrines and things, bearing some semblance of truth in the nature that we are all connected some way or another. But it is not that we are all connected because there are many, or because there is one individual. But in fact, there are many individuals, each of us reflecting the nature of God, the character of God, in that in some sense we all resemble gods. That's why it's written in Scripture that you are as gods now. And this is because we all have the potential to create in the same likeness of God as we were made in his image. And this is what we do in many ways. Even science has discovered that our energy, or something that is a part of us, and forgive me that I cannot describe the literal terms that are used, but if you seek you will find that we can affect matter by our presence. In fact, we are all somehow affecting this creation. And I say all because some are under the assumption that there is just one person that exists and we all exist inside of their mind, or something silly like that. But that is not the true nature of what is happening. The nature of what is happening is that God is uniting us to the marriage unto him, under his Spirit, so that we can dwell eternally in his presence. Nothing has changed. Simply because we observe and we measure God's laws and God's understanding does not make us gods. No matter how far we go in our pursuit of knowledge, as high as we try to climb the ladder of individual prestige, and again I say that I have nothing against the wisdom. Well, I do have a lot against the wisdom and the science and the knowledge of your generation. It is puffed up. Even that is what the Scripture reads. And the very same individuals who promulgate this conceited and prideful knowledge read the scripture, but they use it as a means for gain, to usurp authority, to impress their influence upon you and to draw you unto themselves. But who is being drawn unto God? Who admits that he has the power and the wisdom? James writes, if any man is lacking wisdom, let him ask God, who gives freely. But let him ask in faith. And I ask in faith. But you have to understand what that means. That is faith that your question will be answered, that you will have an understanding. And I find this understanding. And though I am meager, and though I am something that is very feeble and rejected of your generation, perhaps a stone that is unworthy to be placed into the building blocks of your so intellectual and highly exalted Tower of Babel. But I will attempt to insert those little subtle things that are so often missed, that are supposed to unite us together rather than divide us, so that we are all seeking to be God rather than to be a part of God. You see, the time will come when the true worshipers worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For God is a spirit, and he seeks such to worship him in spirit and in truth. I find that I can learn and I can accumulate knowledge and live by it if it is in truth, in spirit and truth, according to God's will. Because of the fact that I and such individuals as myself reject the wisdom and the knowledge of this world to be absorbed by it, we ourselves are rejected. Our process of understanding wisdom and knowledge is very different from yours. We attain it through God, in the very same likeness and similitude of everything that we understand and that we absorb, through the purity and the nature of innocence, holiness. And then wisdom is like a pure spring and fount that pours into us and never ceases. I had once been in this process of attaining wisdom when I saw science and the beauty of it through the eyes of the Spirit, until I seen the eyes of this world, and have no doubt that this world has taken from us all the keys of wisdom, all the keys of science, all the keys of everything. And it only takes simple observation to see that. And there's so many ways. See, right now someone is just saying, I'm just some crazy cultist, or I'm a terrorist, or I'm the Oklahoma bomber, or so on and so forth. That's how they steal the wisdom and the knowledge. That's how they govern and fleece the pursuits of sciences and understanding. No. I'm alone. It's just me and the Lord. I'm by myself. But my friends are very near, I'm sure. But I don't think like you do, and I never will. I refuse to. You stole my life from me. Took it right out of me. So I'll go alone.